Hey everyone, guess who's back? Not Slim Shady, it's Grandma. Grandma's back again. And I will say that I was wrong. I should not have called her a Karen. She's not a Karen. I think I was applying that definition very loosely. I have learned a lot over the past month or two, and I thank you all for teaching it to me. Those of you who did it nicely, those of you who didn't, whatever.
Question mark.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's my home. I didn't know she had to.
So now we're back, and this will be our third hearing, and Grandma's got a lawyer.
Colleen Smith versus William Kennan and Fantasia Ford.
Judge Dominic Camden appearing on behalf of the plaintiff on this case. Judge, I was retained about 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago. I did send in my appearance, but I don't believe it's probably made it into the court's file yet.
We don't have it. No. Okay.
We did send it out the first day, Judge.
Pardon?
I did mail it out the first day of the day I was retained. So.
Okay, that's fine. Kennan and Ford, are they here?
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay, there they are. Okay. Did you have your meeting with Hawk?
They never called me. I had the appointment set up. They never called me. So at this point, I don't know. I'm gonna have to call them back again.
Amy? She's here, but
I'm here, Your Honor. Good morning. Yeah, I see that she did have a 17th. On the 17th, she's supposed to have Angela call. But I have nothing else further than that. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened.
will they try to reset a call for her?
Of course. Of course.
Okay. All right. We'll try to get that part taken care of.
Thank you.
Mr. Hamden, what does your client want to do in this case? This is a termination.
This is the termination of tenancy case. It's been adjourned, Judge, several times. I did talk to my client, and I do apologize, but I don't think I've got a proper understanding on why this has been adjourned out. And I'm not faulting, Your Honor. I'm not understanding the reasons for the adjournments. It was a termination of tenancy, not a non-payment of rent. There was a notice to quit that was filed. And then there was the summons and complaint has been filed. I'm curious as to the reasonings.
I think because there was, if I'm recalling this one correctly, there's an intervening tenancy in this, which is a bit difficult for the court to even figure out because I think it was something with the daughter.
Yep, everything comes back to the daughter or the mother, depending on which side you're looking at. So let's jump back to the very first hearing so we can get a summary of how this shit show all started.
Okay, explain to me this tenancy situation. Ms. Smith,
Yes,
who are you to these individuals?
I am William's grandmother.
Okay. And you own the house?
I do own the home, yes. My daughter is currently renting. I told her I have her renting there until the kids grew up. They grew up. William moved out of the home, moved in with Fantasia, and then in December they came back to the home. My daughter supposed to pay $600 a month. Sometimes she can, sometimes she can't. The other month she only paid $300.
Ma'am, hold on a second. Who's your daughter?
My daughter
William's mother.
is Angela Ritchie, and she's not on the notice. She's paying rent. And so it's just Fantasia and William that moved in and aren't paying.
But
anything.
hold on.
Why?
Hold on, please. Why is it, what's your daughter's name?
Angela Ritchie.
Okay. So they came in, she's renting the home in some way.
Correct.
William and Fantasia come into the home basically by her invitation.
Well, that's what
Right.
they said. She said.
I have text proof.
I don't
So
know.
hold on, just stop.
So from that little snippet right there, it seems like mom told the kids they could stay there, but told the grandma she didn't tell the kids they could stay there. If they're both telling the truth.
Is that correct, Miss Smith?
Not to my knowledge, but they say it is. I was never told.
Well, but ma'am, how are they gonna, they just walked into the house and just sat down? I mean,
Well, they said.
there's somebody renting the premises, your daughter, Miss Ritchie.
Correct,
These individuals come into the home,
correct.
right? So why isn't Miss Ritchie filing an action to remove them if they're not supposed to be there? Question mark.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's my home. I didn't know she had to.
So the issue I had with this previously, and the reason I use the term Karen incorrectly, is because grandma wanted the kids out, but not mom. And she kept giving reasons why she needed, basically she gave reasons why she needed the property empty, which is totally understandable. You need the property empty to sell it and everything else. But she wasn't trying to empty the property. She was just trying to empty the property of the kids, not the mom. So she wasn't really giving reasons to support her intentions. And this caused so much confusion in the court because she's trying to do something, but the situation is kind of counter to what she's trying to do. You want the property empty, but you still have someone living there, and everybody was kind of talking in circles so much. This is back to the first hearing again.
Okay. Are you kicking Angela Ritchie out?
I am trying, yes. I'm not, yes. I'm trying to find a home for them.
Okay, but here's my question. Why isn't she a party to this case?
I didn't know she had to be a party to the case, sir, Your Honor.
So Angela Ritchie, Judge, I was slightly, I don't want to use the word suspicious because it sounds so bad in the courtroom. I was thinking that was what was the issue. My client's daughter lived on the property, and I was suspicious that maybe the other occupants were indicating that maybe they had the consent from her in order to stay in the property. But that individual, Judge, no longer lives there. She moved out a few days ago. And so.
Okay, so a few days ago, because, but.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
They
Please.
also took the door
But
lock.
before she was
I'm
here.
not gonna interrupt the judge. I apologize, Judge. Go ahead. I'm not
But
gonna-
before she was in the property. And that was part of the issue, as I'm calling.
Yeah,
If you wanted everybody out, then you could evict everybody. Then that would include Angela. Everybody's got to go. All right. So
Okay,
that's really what should happen. And let me just tell you, Ms. Smith, we could go through this. Here's going to be the great difficulty in this case and why I want to see if you guys work it out. You could go through this entire case. You could win. And then when it comes time to evict them, because there's somebody else in the unit and it's not, the full unit is not being restored to you, I'm not sure how that eviction is going to occur. And even if I'd sign the order, because you're not clearing the premises, there's still at least one other person that's there.
So now that mom, Angela, is gone, there's a direct link between grandma and the kids. There are people in her property that she does not want there, and she can directly evict them through the eviction process because they're there without her permission, but she does have to go through that process.
And I thought maybe that was what the concern was, Judge, but she is not there any longer.
I want to
But
sell the
let's-
home, Your Honor. I need to sell the home. I can't afford this home any longer. I'm on Social Security. We can't afford it. I'm in debt.
One of the main reasons she wanted everybody out was to start making repairs. And at the end of the last hearing, she asked if it was okay, and we're talking about grandma, if she could go ahead and start making repairs while the kids were there because she was not able to afford the home. She wasn't going to take the money from the kids because it wouldn't even make a difference in the overall scheme of things. So instead, the kids were putting the money into court escrow by Judge Simpson's order because grandma declined it. And so she's supposed to have started making the repairs.
Okay, so daughter moved out 2 days ago. All right, Miss Ford, what were you gonna say?
The house is, like I said before, unlivable. There's holes in the walls everywhere. The piping does not work. There's a lot of issues with this house. And they've also taken the doorknobs since moving out. I don't really understand that, but that's just about it.
Excuse me?
There's been no repairs on the house, no
Who
nothing.
took the doorknobs?
Miss Ritchie.
If that would have been anybody, Judge, that would have been the other tenant who was staying there. But I'm not 100% sure how there being occupancy problems would create their ability to stay there in perpetuity.
No, I get it. This is just a mess. Probably belongs in family court. Miss Ford,
Yes.
I think you and William were also trying to look for a place, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. How's that going?
It's not going very well. I have credit issues. He's trying to find employment. He has a criminal record, so that's taking a bit of time. And issues with his education.
Okay, I know you're gonna ask. You know I looked it up anyways. He's got an ongoing DV case. No idea who it's related to, but he's been in Judge Freshour's court, which usually doesn't stream, and he actually has a hearing on Monday, the 24th. I think it's 24th. Maybe it's 26th. I don't know, one day this week.
We don't have any
Okay.
help. The only
All right.
thing we're counting on is Hawk.
Okay, I know a bunch of you right now are typing "don't have babies" on your keyboard in the comments, which is totally fine. You can do that. But let's look at it from, okay, it happened. Now what do we do? Like, we can't rewind time and shove the thing back up in there, you know? So where are we going to go from here? You got to do something to get them help. Otherwise, you have 2 adults and 3 children that are living on the streets, which doesn't do anything. So that is what grandma was basically trying to do, was put them on the streets, which is why I was saying this isn't right. You know, this isn't something we can rewind time and fix because we don't agree with the decisions they made. We have to find a solution going forward, which is let's get them some help. Let's, you know, let them stay for X amount of time to save up money for a down payment, for an apartment, or whatever it is that they need to do in order to get out of her house so she can sell it and move on with their lives, because obviously that relationship is broken and doesn't look like it's going to be repaired anytime soon. So hopefully Hawk is able to help them, because, you know, you don't want a baby out on the streets in Michigan. Ew.
Amy, how soon can that appointment be rescheduled to see what might be out there for these folks?
Your Honor, I just reached out to the scheduling team, so she'll be updated. She'll be contacted actually once they've sorted out what happened. I apologize if that had happened.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
All right,
I can make an overture, Judge, that may be able to maybe get this wrapped up. And I know that the normal time frame to remove is 10 days. My client is willing to extend that to 30 days to give them an entire month in order to find another location to reside. And that should give them an opportunity to meet with Hawk to look at relocation. What my client's largest concern is probably rescheduling this for another hearing and trying to do this on another occasion. And so she is willing to make that overture to give them an additional 20 days.
well, that's fine, but it's hard for them to do that because, I mean, I guess they could accept that if they wanted to, but it's hard to do that when they're not sure what the options are, which was one of the things that was supposed to happen from Hawk. So,
The issue I see though, Judge, is the fact that they're finding a location to go to through the Hawk doesn't impede my client's ability in order to occupy the premises. And my client is sympathetic and she's attempting to make an overture.
whoa. Counsel, be real careful, because I think that this case was brought and not everybody that should have been included in this was included in this. And I am also not sure that, at least as of 2 days ago, when the other person moved out, that this would have been the person to initiate these eviction actions against these two individuals. So if we want to go the strict legal route, we can do it. But I think you better be careful what ground you think you're standing on.
I understand the court's position. I guess my concern, Your Honor, is this has been going on now for what appears to be approximately 3 months. And as I've indicated to the court a few days ago, I'm getting up to speed with regard to the legal minutia as well as the factual minutia. But this has been pending now for a while, and my client, I believe, is the owner of the property and is making an overture to hopefully appease both the occupants and allow them to find time in order to relocate beyond what I think the legal requirement is, which is 10 days. And so they're attempting to make an overture, Judge, in order to get this resolved.
Going to require an answer. I'm going to set this over to the 28th. Amy, can we get them an appointment before next Friday so they can see what their options are?
I'm not
Because
sure.
I think they've got 3 kids that they gotta,
I
am I
understand.
right, Ms. Ford?
Yeah.
So they're a family facing eviction.
And Judge, just a quick note before the courts looks at its docket. On the 28th, I have to be in federal court in the morning, so I will not be available that day.
And I gotta go to August 4th.
Judge, August 4th, and I apologize, Judge, but on August 4th, I will be on my anniversary with my wife. And
Do you still like you? No, I'm kidding.
I don't know.
No, you don't have to answer that.
It's been 21 years and I've not gotten any paperwork in the mail or any phone calls from any of the lawyers. So I'm presuming.
Okay, all right.
I was really worried the lawyer stepped in it big time and wasn't going to get out, but he did. He redeemed himself very well. I like him. He's good.
So here's my problem. If you're not available on the 28th and the 4th, I'm not available on the 11th because that's our jury selection. And 1 week out of the month, we don't do landlord tenant. And so that would put it on the 18th. Quite frankly, although there are scheduling issues, that might be the best option, because then whatever can be explored through Hawk in terms of relocation for the family can at least happen. They can have a time frame. It may then even fit within or relatively close to your time frame of the overture that you made. So that, for whatever reason, might be our best bet. I'm going to adjourn this to August 18th. What time do we have? 2023, 9 a.m. They'll get that appointment from Hawk. I've noted in the file that the daughter's moved, and let's see what we can get done. I think the defendants are well aware they have to move. It's just trying to find options to try and do it. That's where we are on this, so.
Judge,
All right.
I believe I interrupted the liaison, and I do apologize to her if I did. Did she say that appointment had been scheduled?
Oh, I'm currently talking with the scheduling team to get her rescheduled back on. And it seems like it will be less, not so much for rental assistance, but for family shelter assistance.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Correct.
Just want to clarify that. Thank you.
All right.
She'll be
Okay.
contacted though for that.
So, and we can certainly get something hopefully within that time frame now that we've set this out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
As far as grandma goes, if she would have brought this action just now for the first time, I think we would have been on board. I would have been on board 100%. Like, yeah, you can't do that. You know, it's the fact that she was trying to do it before she kicked mom out that really bothered me. Like, let them pay the extra to make up for them staying there. And yeah, but you know, it is what it is. And it's probably going to move on at this point to where they're out, they're getting the help they need. Grandma has her property back. She can move on with her life and everybody's happy. And I will try to never use the term Karen again because I don't like it. YouTube loves it. It also loves trash and a couple other words. So I'm trying to use that. Dumpster. It really likes dumpster too. I'm going to try and use some other words. If you don't have any words, let me know because I'm not real good with those words. All my words have 4 letters. So and we're trying not to use those 4-letter words. We're being good. So anyways, I'm sorry for everybody who doesn't like my voice and doesn't like my face. And oh my God, I got a glare in my glasses because I had to move my desk because I'm trying to move my house, but I got to find a house to move into. And so I'm trying to do as much live stuff as I can, but it's very hard when my schedule is all over the place and I'm having flare-ups nonstop because it's stressful as hell trying to do all this, but I will do it as much as I can. And when I can't, then you get to look at my avatar. Yippee! And you always get to look at the pups. So, hey, what can you do? Have a wonderful afternoon, and I will see you soon.